Are you trying to get into recruiting and you want to know, wait, do my job skills transfer? They sure do. Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brandon Rooney, your Millionaire Recruiter. If you have not seen this channel before, it's all about upping your game in the recruiting industry. So, welcome to the channel. If you have not been here, I'm super excited that you want to be a recruiter. Now you're thinking, okay, I've done, I don't know, let's say you're a realtor. You've been a realtor for so long. You want to get into recruiting. You want to have a more, not such a volatile career. Okay, cool. What skills would transfer? And this can be anything, by the way, but I will tell you this. If you have time management, if you know how to manage your time well, you will nail it as a recruiter, naturally. This is something that recruiters have to do a great job on, and if you already have this skill, bam, 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 you're gonna nail it. Written communication, oh my goodness, you have to have it. Most of the business is done on LinkedIn, which of course is you're writing a message to people that has to draw them in. So you have to be creative about it, but you also have to speak via your fingers. Ooh, fun. So if you are online dating already, I hope you're doing a great job of that. That will be, if you're a professional dater, you will be a great recruiter. Or say if you're doing a good job. But no, that's super important. Now, can you fake it till you make it? Absolutely, and that's with Grammarly. You always have to have that Grammarly extension on to help you with your written communication skills. But I will say you have to still be able to flow rather quickly. When I think of recruiters that struggle, it's because they struggle to articulate via the message. So if you already have that skill, bam, nailing it. Now, as a recruiter, you have to be able to gather and interpret information really quickly. So a lot of people are like, oh my God, how are you a tech recruiter? Ah, that's so scary. I can't talk tech. You don't have to talk tech to know tech or know tech to talk tech. There you go. But you don't have to know it. You have to understand what goes with it. So when I say gather and interpret information, you're kind of like a detective. So you're seeing something and then it now translates really nicely for you. So if you're already getting used to doing that stuff, then guess what? You can be a recruiter. Another great thing, if you have a skill, is decision making. So you moms out there, you'd be nailing it as a recruiter. We have to make decisions for our family all the time. Whether it, like now I'm thinking I have to decide where Lima goes for kindergarten. Annoying. But anyways, you make all these decisions. What's for dinner? I know, I'll do it. And then problem solving skills. I think about that all the time too. It's like how many issues come up all the time. So if you do that in your job currently, or even if you're just a stay-at-home parent and you got to deal with your kids at home, those are constant problem-solving, decision-making skills that absolutely translates to a recruiter position because they have to move so quickly and there's constant problems on the horizon. You know, you don't want dumpster fires every day as a recruiter, but sometimes, depending on your hiring manager, depending on how quickly, how hyper growth your company you're working for, your client you're working for is, depends on how many things change so quickly. If you want to start your own recruiting business, holy moly, let's say you've owned a business before and now you want to get into recruiting, got it, you nailed it because you are great at solving problems. So those skills absolutely translate as a recruiter. Now we talk about the written communication skills. What about the oral communication skills? Absolutely. You want to get on the phone. So in order to have true urgency as a recruiter, you're hopping on phone calls all day long. Now, you're not, I can't get off my phone all day. I'm dying over here. No, not quite. Not anymore. Because a lot of things are definitely written down for sure. I feel like I'm playing the piano. But no, you have to be very direct. You have to know how to articulate. You have to know, again, when I talk about the interpret and gather information, but you have to talk to the hiring manager and be able to relay that same information to your candidate. So your communication skills have to be on point. Additionally, when I'm thinking about the problem solving skills, so let's just say you have a hiring manager that is just so problematic. They don't take hiring seriously. They're creating bad candidate experience. You have to now have those communication skills in order to not get triggered. So you have that emotional intelligence. You're not getting triggered by this hiring manager because you're never going to let anyone affect your ability to do your job. So therefore, with good communication skills, you're handling this situation. You're not triggering individuals. You're not tattletelling, but you're just getting your job done, and you're doing it in a tactful manner. That is so important as a recruiter, to be tactful, and honestly, it is a big time skill. So if you already have it, bam, nailing it as a recruiter. Now, ability to move fast. I talk about urgency so much. Most recruiters don't have it. It drives me up the wall. So if you are already in a role where you got to move quickly, I think of my aunt does title work, so the real estate industry is nuts right now. And so people that do titles are like jam-packed swamp, and they have to move quickly. Other houses don't close, right? So I'm just thinking of her situation. She would nail it as a recruiter because she's used to moving very quickly. So any job that has high urgency, you're going to come into the recruiting world and poof, take off for sure. And then last but certainly not least is project management skills. So this is a big one because as a recruiter, you're going to handle a lot of different job recs, which means a lot of different openings. And every opening might have a different hiring manager. I know that even as just a back-end software engineer, let's say I was working with a client that had 40 openings for this, it's not just one hiring manager, it's maybe 5 hiring managers. So all of those hiring managers are a separate project because even though a company should, yes they should, have the same interview process and the same candidate experience, the bottom line is they don't. It's because people are not the same, and hiring managers normally, because they're higher up, they've all come from different organizations and it's hard to adapt to one org. So you're going to have different projects and you need to make sure that you're managing them correctly. So when I think about that as a recruiter, you are going to have, you have to send in a certain amount of people per week per rec. That's how it works. And you don't want one hiring manager whining because the other hiring manager isn't getting enough love for their positions. So that's when it comes to project management, and also coming to make sure and saying, hey, this isn't flying with me. Like, this is too much work. So therefore, I need to grab other people to help me out. And that is part of project management and saying, hey, I can't do this. So when I think of project management skills, I'm thinking there's so many jobs out there where you have to be a project manager. I'm thinking of construction, first of all. I don't know why I'm on the real estate market today. Maybe because I want to buy a house. But anyways, I'm thinking of a construction workers. Like, think about how many projects have to be done and how many moving parts they have and how they have to manage it appropriately. But most of all, what's important is you never overpromise. You underpromise, you overdeliver. Is that a sales tactic? Absolutely. But that should just be with anything. So if you already have those skills, you're already used to doing that, you're already used to being upfront about timing, you will be nailing it as a recruiter. So I hope you understand that there's so many different skills that from your last jobs that do translate as a recruiter. And via Thriversity Station, we can actually help you articulate that through your resume and through your LinkedIn, because I know a lot of people have troubles and ask, how can I get into the recruiting industry? Everybody wants experience. Yeah, we do, but at least you can start putting those buzzwords, those keywords that other recruiters are looking for in other recruiters, and they can be like, oh my God, of course this person can handle this because look, they did X, Y, Z. Look how well it translates. As recruiters, because we don't have standards yet, we know that we're just going to have to grab really great people that are passionate about recruiting and about changing the way the world views it. So hopefully you now feel very comfortable to get into the recruiting world, but don't forget, you do need training. And I would love to be that voice, whether it's just my videos or whether it's through Thriversity. The Millionaire Recruiter Bootcamp has been revamped. It's going really well. July, we have the mega course, which is instructor driven, which is very hefty, and that's for sure going to be accredited and industry standard. And so what you will have is access to as an instructor. You'll be doing projects, and you really will be immersing yourself in as a recruiter so you can hit the ground running, especially if you have these skills from your other positions. So hope you're nailing it, and thank you again also for listening to the podcast, Talent Takeover Unfiltered with Taylor Bradley. It's been a super fun time. Definitely, I'm sure I forgot some skills that transfer as a recruiter. I would love for you to comment below, pump yourself up. Remember, you got to be proud of your success. Be proud of your skills and accomplishments that you have done. And I will see you every Thursday at noon. And don't forget that money is just a vessel to do all the amazing things you want to go do in life. Go do it, live it. Rock on, recruiters.